Welcome to the Not Your Parents' Religion podcast. I am your host, Pastor Robert Young, and today's question is the Bible still relevant? Okay, welcome back. Now let's jump right into our question of the day. Is the Bible still relevant? Well, let me go on record as saying unequivocally that the Bible is 100% relevant for today. Let me give you six steps or six foundational principles, if you will, of why I believe the Bible is still relevant. Let's start with morality. Well, obviously, the Bible teaches moral things. The teachings of Jesus Christ can provide someone with a sense of right and wrong, or as we call it, morality. And in the world that we live in today, our morality seems to be changing every other day. It's good to be able to go somewhere, the Bible, and find a principle that has stood the test of time as far as helping us to decide what's right and what's wrong. Where we don't depend on man's entire interpretation of what's right and what's wrong. Because again, man's interpretation or man's morality changes from day to day. Okay, number two, identity. When read properly and in the proper context, the Bible can give a person a sense of identity or belonging. Kind of goes with number three, which we call self worth. So I put those two together, identity and self worth. And what does that mean? It means that once you realize that you are a child of God, you don't need necessarily the validations and affirmation from man or mankind for you to feel good about yourself, because you know that you are a child of the creator of the universe. And no amount of accomplishments or failures here on earth will change that. I got to tell you, that takes a load off my shoulders, knowing that no matter what I accomplish or don't accomplish here on earth, that I am still somebody special in God's eyesight. And I am worth something in God's eyesight, regardless of what man says, regardless of what man thinks. All right, moving right along, let's move to number four, direction. Now, for me, when I realized that I was a child of God and that I was valuable in His eyes, and no matter what I could do, that He would never stop loving me, and that He gave me a purpose in life, direction. That's it. The Bible, read properly and interpreted in the right context, can give a person a sense of direction and focus. Too many of us nowadays are running around getting into all kinds of nonsense because we have no purpose, we have no direction. The Bible teaches us that everybody has a gift or a talent to be used for the glorifying of God and the building of the church and helping humanity. Once you realize what that gift or talent is and you're using it as being led by God, there's no greater sense of purpose and fulfillment more than anything that we can accomplish down here on earth by ourselves. Number five, socializing. Now, the Bible itself, read in the privacy of your home, is wonderful. But the Bible tells us not to forsake the assembling of ourselves together. I believe that's in the book of Hebrews. Now, when we get together with like-minded people and people who don't have to 100% agree with us, and we honor each other and encourage one another and tell of our testimonies of how good God has been to us, it encourages us and it gives us that socialization piece that we all so desperately need. Let's move on to number six, accountability. Now, this is a tough one. I get it. Nobody wants to be held accountable because we're all our own person and we don't need anybody. Well, I found that I need people. I need to be around people. I need someone in my circle that loves me enough to let me know when I'm about to make a wrong or a bad decision. That accountability piece is very big. Now, these are just 6 of the things that we can use from the Bible and church, no matter how big or how small the church may be, because church can be as small as 2 or 3 people gathered in his name, the Bible says. But these are things that I believe make the Bible still relevant, and things that I believe that the world so desperately need right now. Now, listen, if you need further clarification on any of these rules and or principles, foundational principles, I'll call them, then contact me at my email, robyoung51.ry@gmail.com. Again, robyoung51.ry@gmail.com. And we'll be able to answer any questions that you may have. And tune in next week because we have another good question. Questions like, does the Bible promote hate toward the LGBTIA community? And I pray that I didn't screw that up. What is the Bible's stance on abortion? These and other questions we will examine here on the podcast.